Yeah, so we can tell you that we've obviously had 3 such houses where there have been these concerns, and we're going to go to Nick Kurtz, who is at the Dogwood and Tulip location, to tell us a bit more about what he is seeing. Nick, hopefully this is not someone that's in your family, that you're okay, but can you give us some idea of what you're seeing and what we should know?
Hi, Leslie. Yes, thank you. Thankfully, my family is safe. It's down the street from where my house is. We did take shelter as we were following along with reports. It's a pretty big scene here of destruction of the one particular house on the corner here at Dogwood Drive and Tulip Drive. There's a number of volunteer firefighters from Laytonsville, as well as Montgomery County Fire and Rescue here. I've spoken with some of the neighbors here that are all out concerned. It seems like a pretty close neighborhood. It sounds like about 5, possibly 6 folks are being treated. Saw one ambulance leave with apparently 1 patient and a number of folks here that are being treated on scene. As far as the destruction goes, a pretty big tree came down, took the roof completely off the top of this house and into the main section of the house through the living room. And I've sent some photos in. I don't know if you're able to see them, but it looks like there's some pretty extensive damage to the structure itself. And I'd be surprised if anybody's going to be living in this house anytime soon. So,
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting those pictures in just a moment, Nick. And the scene we're talking about here with you is what Les mentioned to you just a short time ago about the one person who had to be removed using a technical rescue team. We know that 5 people in all were inside of that home. Their injuries are being assessed at the moment. So, Nick, we know that you're looking at this home here. You say a large tree went down on this house, sort of the main portion of this home. What about the rest of that neighborhood, some of the other homes there? Do they seem to be okay?
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see the isolation of certain damage. This neighborhood and a lot of Gaithersburg suburbs are known for a lot of old growth, some really old trees, 40 and 50-year-old trees that kind of dot these streets, and some of them are 50, 60 feet tall. So thankfully, the majority of the trees are up, and the majority of the neighborhood seems to have minor damage, some roof tiles here and there, some limbs down on a car here or there. My street that I live nearby had a tree come down, but it was so interesting to see immediately about 10, 15 neighbors from my community came out, one with a chainsaw, immediately started going at it, and it seems like it's quite a quick cleanup that folks are trying to get back to normal here. But thankfully, it seems the damage is fairly isolated to certain large trees that have come down.
Hey, Nick, if you were there at the time as this was happening, can you give us a sense of what it sounded like? What did it feel like? Take us back to the moment where all this chaos is occurring in your community.
Yeah, I mean, once we heard the alerts, we have a backyard area. Then we got everybody back inside, and everybody I knew was quickly getting into their basements or their safest areas. Definitely had some winds pick up very quickly, very suddenly, and then just as quickly as they came, they left. Thankfully, I was maybe less than a mile away from where it seems like the center of this storm hit, so I didn't quite get the full brunt of some of the train whistle sounds that they sound like it typically comes in. But everybody I've spoken to here said a lot of rattling of windows, a lot of big whirling sounds, very quickly in and out. And now it seems like the neighbors are just trying to see what's next, if they can get in and out of their homes, and how they can help clean up. But definitely a scary moment when you're near all of the chaos that goes on with a severe weather warning, and definitely wanted to make sure that my family was safe. But it seems like, thankfully, most families here took everybody's advice.
Yeah, and we're glad to hear that you're okay and your family's okay. We're looking at some of the video and the pictures you sent in to us earlier, Nick, right there along 400 Dogwood Drive, and we can just see this home there, or what's left of it, is just blanketed in trees here. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening around you right now?
Yeah, police and fire have done a good job of blocking off the road from any through traffic and are keeping people at a safe distance out of concerns. Right now, where this house is, there's no major wires down, but on my way to this scene, I did pass by a couple of streets that did have some power poles down, potential live wires. So best to keep everybody at a safe distance in those situations. Like I said, a lot of old growth, so a lot of trees blocking roads. But it does seem like that the situation is as under control as authorities are able to get at this point, and everyone in the neighborhood is trying to keep a safe distance while hoping and praying for everyone to recover and watch the cleanup happen. So.
Yeah, and as we're talking to you right now, Nick, we're getting word of another tree down into a home along the 100 block of Winnie Place there in Gaithersburg, about a mile or so away from where you are. And we have to let you know and tell you and remind you to be careful as you head back to your home, because Montgomery County Fire is saying they're seeing debris and trees down everywhere. So they're urging a lot of folks to stay off the roads in the area where you are right now, especially is it dark out yet? Especially as it gets darker.
Yeah. Nick, listen, thank you so much.
Absolutely appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. You are obviously part of the WUSA 9 family too, so it's good to hear your voice and glad to hear that everybody is going to be okay. Thank you for doing what we do when we respond to these things, which is doing what we can to get the information out there to share with everyone else.
Absolutely, kudos to the entire weather team there, and to you, Leslie and Lorenzo, for keeping everybody informed.
Good to hear.